learning about temperature control while he was a professor at Whitewater, and getting that right in the classroom was what compelled him to have this breakthrough seminal invention. My name is Ken Worth. I'm the Associate Director of Global Records Management and Archives. The interesting part of my job, let's say, is the history of Johnson Controls as it is contained in our corporate archives. We had an inventive genius that founded this company, being able to look through these items, understand the history of Johnson Controls, either through paper documentation, photographs, or actual artifacts. The archives enables us to do exactly that. You have to look at the whole lifespan of Warren Johnson from the beginning. He had that inquisitive nature. He loved science. He loved learning about the natural world. And that really compelled him and propelled him into a career, first of all, as a teacher, and then as a university professor. And it was while he was a professor at Whitewater, which is now called the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, that he had his seminal invention. He found that he was very much frustrated by the at least hourly interruptions of janitors coming into his room and checking on the temperature of the room, and if it was too hot or too cold, they would go down to the basement and take care of the temperature for the room. So what Johnson devised was a thermostat that he placed in each of the classrooms, and if a room did get too hot or too cold, it would signal to the janitor in the basement by using a bell, and that bell that the janitor heard meant he had to shift a damper one way or another to either cool off the room or warm up the room. And that invention, called the electric telethermoscope, was patented in 1883. So ultimately, that system that was based on pneumatics, on compressed air, was what Johnson Controls was all about and what we sold starting in the 1890s. It's important that we realize now what a thermostat can do, what Johnson Controls can do for buildings. Back in the day, we were talking about energy efficiency, we were talking about saving money through utilizing the Johnson system. Today, those things are still relevant, but we also have to now focus on sustainability. That was a word that Johnson never thought of probably back in 1885. Our early systems have morphed into something far more important for the world, and that is something that we should always focus on now when we think about Johnson Controls.